Hey everyone, welcome back, and this is going to be my part 12, my final entry into this series. And yeah, so this will be part 12 of my DVD and Blu-ray Collection Series. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one we have here is Columbia Pictures presents The Three Stooges, The Curly Classics episodes on DVD. I'm a huge Three Stooges fan. They did a movie in the 90s, and it was on TNT, I think it was, and I wish they would release that on DVD, but it was basically just, actors, different actors playing them, but it was basically about their lives and, what all was going on behind the fun and games and stuff, and it was a really good TV movie, but I wish they would release it, but this is one of my favorites of the Three Stooges DVDs that's out, because Curly was always my favorite, and, but I mean, I liked them all. The next one I have is the Three Stooges Simply Hilarious DVD. And it's got, I don't know how many on this one, but it's got a bunch on it. The next one is the 3-disc Titanic Special Collector's Edition DVD. It's a really nice set. It all folds out and stuff. And so, yeah. It's better than the bare bones when they have released from Paramount. Like, you can get that in the $5 bin now, I think. To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julia Newmar. This stars Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, and John Leguizamo. And basically, those three play drag queens. If anyone has seen this movie, you know it's very funny. And they all did a very good job. The only one that doesn't really pass, I mean, John Leguizamo and Patrick Swayze passes, they actually look like women, but Wesley Snipes, I guess it's just because he's so big and he's so muscular, but I don't know. He was the only one you could just tell it was a guy right offhand. So, but it's a very funny movie. And I have seen this in the $5 bin at Walmart's. So, definitely it's one to pick up. It's very funny. The original Toolbox Murders, starring Cameron Mitchell. The remake from Tobe Hooper, which it's called The Toolbox Murders, but it's a totally different story going on. So basically, it's a remake of the same title, and that's about it. But it was decent. It was pretty good. Toxic Avenger unrated director's cut from Troma. Toxic Avenger Part 2, the director's cut. Toxic Avenger Part 3, the unrated director's cut. Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and Jamie Lee Curtis all in Trading Places. Very funny movie. Again, this is a DVD you can get in the $5 bin at Walmart. The Tripper, a David Arquette film. This was actually very good. A little underrated. It has a bunch of people in it. Balthazar Getty, Lucas Haas, Thomas Jane, Jamie King, Jason Mewes, and Paul Reubens, a.k.a. Pee Wee Herman. This was a very good movie. I know you can get it at Walmart for like $7.50, but it was a fun... it is a slasher, but there's a lot of humor to it. It's a drug comedy, slasher, black comedy, whatever you want to call it. But it was really good. Oops. Transylvania 65000, starring Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis, Ed Begley Jr., and Michael Richardson. This is one of my childhood favorites. I always saw this as a kid. It was funny. It's okay now. I mean, you look at it, movies, you loved as a kid, and you watch them today, and sometimes you like them, sometimes you don't. Transamerica, Academy Award nominee Felicity Huffman for Best Actress when this movie came out. It was a good movie. A little slow in some parts, but overall, I liked it. And she did do a good job in the movie. Trick. One of my favorites. A very underrated movie when it came out. It came out and then it bombed, basically, because it was advertised kind of with that title, True Romance. People, I guess, thought it was a romantic comedy, and when people went and seen it opening weekend, it wasn't what they thought. But This is the unrated director's cut 2-disc. It stars Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, and Christopher Walken. It was written by Quentin Tarantino. It's an excellent movie. Tony Scott directed it, but it's called True Romance. Definitely one to check out. Twilight Zone, the movie. Twister. 2000 Maniacs, Herschel Gordon Lewis. Uncle Buck, another one of my favorite John Candy films from John Hughes. Under Suspicion, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, and Thomas Jane. Urban Legend. Urban Legends 2, Final Cut. The Velocity of Gary, starring Selma Hayek and Thomas Jane and Vincent D'Onofrio from The Cell. This is a good movie. Very Bad Things, Christian Slater and Cameron Diaz. John Carpenter's Village of the Damned. This was a good movie, starring Kirstie Alley. A lot of people dump on this movie. No, it's not her best movie, but I like it just because mostly it's Jamie Lee Curtis, William Baldwin, and Donald Sutherland. Virus. Waiting, the 2-disc deluxe edition, unrated and raw version. I know that Still Waiting, the sequel just came out. I saw it at Walmart. I was like, what is this? I had no idea there was a sequel. Shane West and Mandy Moore, A Walk to Remember. The Rock in Walking Tall. Nicolas Cage and Michael Caine in The Weatherman. This is a very good movie. They advertise this movie as a comedy, which there is comedy elements to it, but more or less it's a drama. And it's mostly about this man, Nicolas Cage, who's a weatherman, but it's more about his relationship with his father. And, he's always like afraid of failure and stuff. But this was a very good movie. I don't remember what a lot of people thought of this movie when it came out, but I saw it a while back, and I got this, I think, from Walmart for like $7, I think it was. But it's a very good movie. Weird Science, the 80s flashback edition. This is the one with the some special features on it. This is one of my favorite of the 80s teen films. A very good movie, Welcome to the Dollhouse, starring Heather Mozzarella. I don't know how to say her last name. I always call her Heather Mozzarella, but I know that's not right. But this is a very good movie, cult classic in itself. It's a little hard to find, too. I mean, I had to order that from Borders just to get it. Wet Hot American Summer. The 2-disc special edition of Betty Davis and Joan Crawford in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane classic. What Lies Beneath, Michelle Pfeiffer, Harrison Ford. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? When a Stranger Calls, the original. When a Stranger Calls Back, the sequel to the original movie. When a Stranger Calls, the remake. White Chicks, the unrated and uncut version. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, 2-disc special edition. Another one of my favorites from as a kid. One of the 8 films to die for, Wicked Little Things, the unrated director's cut. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original. Another movie that's being remade that I've always liked, The Witches. Another one of my favorites as a kid. Got this at Walmart or Target for $5. The Witches of Eastwick, starring Cher, Susan Sarandon, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Jack Nicholson. Wolf Creek, the widescreen unrated version. I know a lot of people don't like this movie, but I liked it, and it was all shot in Australia, and I love Australia, so this movie was very sad and very intense and gory, and yeah. So I liked it, and I know you can get this at Walmart for like $5 in the $5 bin, but it's a good one, in my opinion. World Trade Center, the 2-disc Oliver Stone DVD. Documentary, World Trade Center, Anatomy of the Collapse. Wrong Turn, one of my favorites. Wrong Turn 2, unrated. Not as good as the first, but still fun. Zodiac, the 2-disc, looks like an envelope. It's pretty cool. Zombie 2, aka Zombie in America. Zoolander. And then finally, the Zombie Diaries. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope that I will do a new video here soon. Take it easy.